I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. OG boy. Day we hustle, but the night we OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I'm a OG boy. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side. Know that they ride or die. I keep boys by my side.
Welcome to the Calisthenics Show, where I interview calisthenic athletes and influencers all over the world. My name is Flefil, and today I'm gonna interview a legend, the alien in the calisthenic community, Andrea Larosa. You're gonna know more about his history, how he got started with calisthenics, his feelings during a competition, and his mindset. So buckle up, get your popcorn, hit that like button before we start, and enjoy.
These brothers my guys, know that they fly. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. Cold, these brothers my guys, know that they fly. Know that they fly, know that they ride or die. CJ Ike, they ain't no longer a bar. They ain't no longer a bar. They ain't no longer a bar. CJ Ike.
Welcome to the Calisthenics Show, Andrea Larosa. Finally, you're here. So many people have asked me, like, you gotta do an interview with Andrea Larosa. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm trying. Now we are finally here, so welcome.
Thank you, bro. How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm fine, you know. Everything is okay.
Great. And how is everything in Italy, right?
Yeah, with the COVID, it's a little bit problematic, but we keep going. Yeah, that's like very sad, because there is no motivation here because the gym are closed again.
Yeah.
And training at home is not the same thing, you know.
Yeah,
we can go to the parks, but here in Italy, especially where I live in Rome, there are not good parks, you know, for real calisthenics. You can do maybe pull-ups, dips, and something like this, but if you want to do something more extreme, there is maybe one park only.
All right, but now we're here, and I have a lot of questions for you that we're gonna get answered today. And I know the people watching this are sitting there with their popcorn and just listening. They are excited. So guys, before we start, hit that like button if you're watching this on YouTube. And now it's time for the first question. And the first question I have for you is, how old are you and where are you from?
Okay, I come from Rome, Italy, and I'm 24 years old. And I will be 25 in a couple of months, like very soon.
So you're born 96? No, 95.
December 95, yeah.
95, 1 year younger than me. How tall are you and what is your weight?
Okay, I'm 165 centimeters. I'm 65 kilograms.
And now to a question, I don't know how many people have asked me to ask you this. I don't know if this is normal for you, but how big are your arms?
I don't know, because I don't think about it. I really don't care, honestly, but I think they are maybe a little better than an average guy who trains a lot.
Because on your pictures and everything, like you look, like your arm looks big, and that's why I think people are asking, because a lot of calisthenic guys, they don't have the mass that you have built.
Okay.
And I think that's why people are asking, actually.
Yeah, probably because, you know, we all have maybe some muscles that can develop easier, and especially with my type of training, like Maltese, planche, and a lot of pull-ups, dips, and everything. The arms are probably the muscles that are more stressed. And so maybe a little bit of genetic, maybe a little bit of specific training on the bicep, on the shoulder, on the triceps. and everything appears bigger, especially on a guy like me that is like less than 1 meter and 70. So it maybe can appear even bigger.
And how long have you been training for? Like, when did you start training actually? Not calisthenics, but overall.
If you think about other type of sports, maybe when I was 11 or 12, probably. But I started with bodyweight exercises when I was almost 18. So the first 7 years, I trained kickboxing and soccer and a little bit of parkour. Yeah, 4 or 5 months of parkour and MMA. Yeah, with kickboxing, I've done like a year of MMA too. But you know, at the time, I was a student in high school, so then I left MMA. I kept with kickboxing. Then the kickboxing gym closed, and I started to go to the park training by myself, and that's why I started with bodyweight exercises.
Because I have the next question is actually how and when did you start with calisthenics and why did you choose to start with it?
I started with calisthenics when I was like 17 years and a half, like in July of 2013, because the gym was closed of my boxing class. And I wanted to keep training and to stay in shape for the summer. And I was watching on YouTube some exercises to stay in shape, you know, like push-ups and the triceps dips, you know, the dips on with the feet on the ground with assisted. And then I went to the park because when I was in kickboxing class in summer, like in May or June, we went to run in the parks a lot of running. And I knew that there were some bars in the parks, so I went there by myself and started with some bed form pull-ups and some push-ups, some squats, just to keep myself in shape, to stay in shape in the summer and to start in September again with the kickboxing class better than everyone, you know. And this is why I started with calisthenics. And of course, when it was September 2013, I kept training both bodyweight exercises and kickboxing for 1 year. So like twice per week kickboxing, twice per week bodyweight training. And then the kickboxing gym, after 1 year, shut down, you know, it's closed forever. Like they closed the gym forever. And and they started, I don't started. I kept training by myself in the park, like, because I didn't know what to do with my trainings, you know.
Did you compete in kickboxing as well?
Not really, but because, you know, my teacher always wanted to do a professional team, but in the team we were like very good athletes like me and maybe another one, and we never formed a serious team. We never compete.
When you started calisthenics, did you have any coach who showed you the way how to do things?
No, not really.
No?
I was my coach.
You were, because so many people, like, you know how internet is. It's full of rumors. People say, yeah, he had the coach, he did this, blah, blah, blah. And many say, yeah, he had the coach because he developed so fast. He was so good already from the beginning.
If you have a very good coach, it can help you build yourself way faster and maybe in a safer way, especially in a safer way. If you have the right mindset, at the end of the day, I'm lucky because calisthenics is pretty easy. You know, it's just about exercise. So the more you do an exercise, the more you progress. Or at least the first 2 years is like this. I just went training by myself and doing again every exercise that I felt uncomfortable. And the more you do something that is uncomfortable, the more it becomes comfortable.
I like how simple you make it sound.
I'm trying to explain with my broken English, but
but no, your English is fine. Your English is it's fine. No worries at all. Many people thought, I even thought that you couldn't speak English, but you can speak properly. You can really speak good English.
I need a little bit of time to warm up my.
Like you warm up for a workout.
Yeah, it's the same.
So in the beginning of calisthenics, you said that you watched some videos how to train, Did you have any inspiration?
No, not really, because I was just surfing on the internet, like randoms videos, like watching this, then this, then this, you know. I've seen like guys doing push-ups, pull-ups, especially in the assisted dips with feet on the ground, and this kind of exercises. And I just went to the park and trying to do the same thing. And then I just kept going by myself, you know, just doing again after many months, many years, you know.
Because many people had, I spoke with Eric and Victor, Melnick and all of these people. They said most of them have like Dmitry Kuznetsov, they had Hannibal, they inspired them when they started. Did you have your own, like, no, I just did mine?
I just watched some randoms videos and then I kept going by myself. Yeah.
Man, you had that beast mentality to just go.
Yeah. It was simple for me because it was a lot of fun, you know. It was about probably the best thing to do during my free time.
And do you think it's important to, when you do a sport, that it's fun?
Of course.
If you want to become good?
Of course. If you don't have fun, you can't train hard enough, or you can train like with addition month after month and year after year. To have fun is very important. When I used to compete, I was having a lot of fun.
When did you start to get recognized in the sport?
So the first thing that helped me was to talk with a friend of mine here in the city. And he told me, why don't you open a Facebook page where you can shoot your videos and photos of what you do? At the first moment, I was like a little worried because I never thought about it, because honestly, I really don't care about posting stuff on social media. But my friend told me to do this, and luckily I've done it. And after maybe 1 or 2 years of training, so in 2015, I went to my first calisthenics competition, the Italian championship, and people recognized me because I was very good. Yeah, and from that moment, people started to follow me and to be maybe inspired by what I do.
Are you one of the reasons that the sport has grown that fast in Italy?
Honestly, I don't know.
No?
You know, there are many athletes. Probably a good part of it are inspired by me and many other athletes, but I don't know. Maybe because in Italy there are a lot of people that don't want to pay the gym membership or something like this, so maybe they choose to go to the park or try to stay in shape with bodyweight exercises or something that you don't need much money, you know.
That's so cool. So after your first competition, that's when it's really started. And because on your YouTube and social media, like you have really professional videos posting. You post how to work out, how to work on abs and so on. A lot of videos, and it's going really well, I can see. So it's good that your friend said start from the beginning.
It was probably the luckiest day of my life, because right now I don't know what I would have done, you know, without calisthenics.
Okay, now to a question that is pretty confusing when I talk with normal people, and that is, what is the difference between street workout and calisthenics?
I mean, it's just, in my opinion, it's just the way they like to name it. You know, street workout, probably because they used to see a lot of guys training on the streets, like the parks near the streets, and most of the people recognize the street workout with the guys training pull-ups and different kind of stuff on the park, on the streets. But I see them as the same thing. There is nothing different, in my opinion, because, you know, calisthenics is just the way of saying bodyweight exercises, and street workout is the way of saying training with your body, or maybe with what you can find on the park or near the streets, you know. So I think it's like the same, because what you can find near the streets are the parks, And what you can find in the parks are the bars, and what you can do with the bars are the same exercises you can do with calisthenics, you know? It's the same thing.
Yeah, but so many say, no, it's the name is street workout. No, the name is this, blah, blah, blah. And some mix it up. Some say that, oh, calisthenics, it's only the statics and doing exercises, and street workout is the competition, the dynamics.
I don't think so. In my opinion, just as I view this type of training is like the same thing. It's just a different way of saying like training with yourself without a gym. You can do also in the gym, you know, but most of the people years ago used to went to the park, you know. So
yeah. Do you have many parks in Italy, like outside?
Like in North Italy, there are good parks, but I live in the center of Italy. So where I live and also in the south, there aren't many parks. Like there are parks, but not for advanced athletes. Like you can't train freestyle. You can't, because maybe you can broke a bar. Yeah, because when I used to try a little bit of freestyle, like 540s and similar, in the only good park in Rome, I used to broke the bar, because there is literally a video on my Instagram, like in 2015 or 2016, that I was doing a 540 and the bar was shaking like, and then after a few days, the bar snapped. Everything, like the pole, not the bar, the entire pole. Yeah.
Oh shit.
They had to do it again. And you know, they're not like safe.
Maybe that's the reason why Italy are so strong in statics.
Of course.
Because they're like, no, these bars can't hold for freestyle.
There are two reasons. This is the first one, probably.
Yeah.
The second one is because like the athletes that started like 5 or 7 years ago started with only statics or maybe only strengthening exercises. And then the new athletes that are coming right now, they see the old athletes and they are inspired, you know. You know, when you see someone doing something, you want maybe to imitate. You want to do maybe the same thing. And in Italy, most of the people train this type of exercises, so people automatically goes to this type of training. Right now I know there are maybe like 3 or 4 gyms with some good bars for freestyle, especially in North Italy. So people can actually train some freestyle if they want. But I don't think there are many athletes interested in this type of style in Italy right now at the moment.
When I see Italy Burning Gate competitions, like when people compete in Burning Gate, there are no freestyle. There are only statics. And me personally, I like the mix, but I understand if there's no possibility to work out for the freestyle, why should you bother? Why should you? You
can always do something with what you have. Yeah. Like when I used to try a little bit of freestyle years ago, I learned pretty much all of the basics of freestyle, like 360, double 360, ginger, shrimp flips, 540s.
Yeah.
But it's risky, you know. Doing this, I broke my hand, I broke my foot, because like when you don't have a good bar or a good park, you can hurt yourself. But it's not about hurting yourself. It's about being mentally prepared and to know what you want to do. Because if I have to train freestyle and injure myself and stay without training like 2 or 3 months, in my opinion, it's like very stupid, because all I want to do is to stay in shape, to stay healthy, and to keep training. If I have to stop my trainings because I have to train freestyle in a not safer way, I mean, it's not like very important. What you do with freestyle is just if you use it in competition. But if you don't do competitions, why you should do it? Maybe for fun, but it's not fun if you hurt yourself, you know?
Exactly, I understand what you mean. So how has calisthenics changed your life, and how would your life be without calisthenics?
The second one is like harder, because I really don't know what I have done with my life. I would have done with my life without calisthenics. Yeah. I don't know, probably something epic too, but I mean, if I found this way, It's like, because this is what I was born for, probably, you know. I like to think this is about destiny, you know. If my life right now is like this, is because it was meant to be like this. Yeah.
So from the start, when you started working out, the passion you had was like working out. You love to work out.
It was like fun, a lot of fun. Because just to stay under the sun in the park with, you know, a lot of fresh air, it was fun for me. Like, I really don't need to think anything else, just want to stay free and training and stay in shape. It was a lot of fun. But you know, at the first years was like way easier. I was also younger.
Yeah, now getting older, it takes longer to recover.
A lot of stuff in my mind, like work, business, a lot of stuff, you know. So like, yeah, I have to think about many things. But I mean, I consider myself lucky enough to do this type of life. I don't want to complain. Yeah.
I think this is the most asked question that I've got, both on YouTube now and on Instagram, when give me some questions, and that is, why did you stop competing?
The real question is, why should I keep competing?
Yeah.
Like, where is the good part? Yeah. Like, at least in Italy, like, there are many stuff that I don't like. Like, you have to stop for maybe 1 or 2 hours before going to the next type of challenge. Yeah. Like quarter of finals, demi-finals, and etc. So every time I need to warm up. For me, warm up is like 30, 40 minutes, because I really have problems with my warm ups, especially when I have to do hard skills, you know. And also, I don't want to injure myself, because I do work with my body, and I can't stay without training for more than a week or 2, because I need always to record stuff, to record videos, tutorial vlogs, keep working, you know. So if I go to a competition and maybe injure myself, or maybe to be extremely tired just to try winning the first place and not winning anything, like no money, or maybe just like a few hundreds, I really don't, I don't need that, you know. Why should I? I don't want to risk an injury, or to like my body. I don't want to hurt my body.
So it's more like, is it worth it to continue? Because how long have you been competing?
From 2015 to 2018, probably. Yeah. So 4 years. Yeah. But 4 years of like more than 10 international and national competitions. So yeah, like only first and second places.
That's good. Man, you deserve it. Like, you are a legend. You are a real, I call it alien.
Not yet, but maybe in the future.
Yeah, but you are one of the aliens. I call all the crazy guys that are in calisthenics, like really top level, I say you're aliens. Like Eric, Victor Kamenov, you, man, you're just crazy. But so I think I know the answer. Will you ever come back to competing?
No, I don't think so. No, I'm not training for this, like, since probably 3 years. Like, I really don't care to push my body to the limit. I mean, I always keep trying to push myself, but just not at 100%. Just, I need to stay safe. This is the first thing at the moment. I need to work. This is my first thing, that, like, the most important thing at the moment for me is work. I can do what I want, like what I do enjoy, and I get money from this. So this is what I want to do for as many years as possible. So I want to stay safe.
That's smart. I think that's super smart. I know people that are gonna watch this are gonna like, damn, I wanted him to come back. So the next question is, what is the best memory you have from calisthenics so far?
Probably when I won the Street Workout Ultimate Battles, the second edition, like in 2018. Yeah, because I had like 2 rough years, like 2017 and 2018 were very rough with injuries and stuff. And I used to think always about stop, my trainings. But I say to myself that I had to keep trying a little bit, just a few months more. I did it. I went to the competition. I won, luckily, with a little bit of luck. And when they were calling the first place, I was like almost emotional, because I was watching behind myself Vicky Santoro, and and I thought about all the hard moments I had in the past years.
Wow, nice. I got some real goosebumps here. Was that your last competition?
Not really, because I went to the international one in Italy like 3 or 4 months later. And I said to myself, this will be my last one, because mentally I wasn't ready for the last one, because I felt my body wasn't good, was like very heavy, like full of injuries. After the quarterfinals, probably, if I don't remember bad, I had like my bicep here, like very dark bicep, like with my tendon was a little bit of shocked, a little bit. I went to the physiotherapist in the competition. I said, I don't know what to do, because my tendon hurts a lot, and do you think it's safe to keep trying? And he helped me a little bit with a little bit of cream, a little bit of massages, and then I decided to keep trying for the last 2 battles. But I felt like my body wasn't good to do. I wasn't ready to do hard skills at the moment. And from that moment, I thought, like, that's it, because I don't want to feel this type of pain anymore, like this type of discomfort. Because why should I, just to win a first place? Like, in my house is like there are plenty of trophies, but like I really don't need this, like they are useless, so why I should keep hurting my body just to win a trophy?
I understand you, and I can imagine, like, to one point in life where you're looking at it, you're like, is it still worth it to go through everything, like the pain, the emotional things, like everything? Is it worth it now?
Yeah, I mean, it in my opinion, it is always worth it to work on something that you like or that you want. But you have also to consider your health, like luckily I've already won a lot of competitions. Like, I feel good with myself. Like, I don't need to prove anything. I mean, there are a lot of people that keep chit-chatting, like talking shit and saying that I wasn't never good, or like I have a lot of skills that are very bad form and a lot of stuff, but they don't know what I have done in the past years. Like, I have like many injuries. From after the first Street Workout Ultimate Battles in 2017, I was coming from 1 month of my broken wrist.
Yeah.
So I had the plaster.
Oh,
it's called like this.
Yeah.
So I went back to the gym, like trained 1 month of only strengthening exercises with dumbbells, just to pump the muscle again and to make the blood flow. And then I did like 1 month of skills, and then I went straight to the competition without even trying nothing. Like, in 2017, you can see like my bad form with 1 arm front lever, with my planche, with everything. But people don't know what I have done like 3 months before.
What battle
like,
was it?
I was 1 month, like 2017, when I was blonde, and I went against Lyzans, against Kamenov.
Okay.
I don't remember. And the final was like Sergio and someone else.
Yeah. Okay. Now I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, So, I mean, I'm happy that I've done this right now, but I mean, it's hard, especially because you don't win anything. Just the mental thing to say that, okay, I won and I'm happy, but that's it.
Yeah, I understand you. And the sport is pretty new. That's why there's no money. And people that are organizing, because I'm organizing competitions as well here in Sweden, it's hard, like, first you need to have a business side to it. You need to have business mentality when you organize. Okay, how can I get sponsors to actually help the athlete? And not help me, but the athletes. But if the sport keeps growing, hopefully people will get prize money as well. So it would be more worth it to win a competition or compete.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, it's still like very young type of competition, because I think that 99% of the athletes are not real athletes in this type of training. Like they just do stuff. Like I keep trying, like maybe some freestyle, maybe some planche, maybe something like this. They don't have the professional type of mentality. They don't have. Like maybe they go out on the weekend, they go drinking, they go having fun. They don't care about stretching. They don't care about warm up. They don't care about staying healthy and to stay safe and training with the proper step-by-step, mentality. They just try and fun, and then go to the competition and try stuff. They do. But I mean, when you see this type of athletes in the competitions, they really give you some type of emotions. Like, I mean, it's just like basic stuff. It's still basic stuff, in my opinion. Like when you see maybe a 360 or maybe an handstand with bad form, it's like very basic stuff. So until these type of athletes don't change the mentality and start training like hard, like as a real professional and everything, like working on the good and the bad forms and to create some really good combinations, I don't think this sport will grow like from to the economics way, from the money. The money will not come.
Yeah, but there are some athletes that I consider that are really smart when it comes to training, especially when they're starting to when they're competing.
Of course, but
there are few.
The majority, the majority is not like this.
Yeah, one new guy. I don't know if I think you have heard of him, Tony Gust from Mexico.
Okay. Yeah, he was in Dubai like a couple of years ago with me.
He's now he's really smart. I've heard some interviews with him, and like you said, structured training in a smart way, knowing what deload is, knowing when to work on strength, when to work on this.
That's why you can see he's progressing like very good.
Yeah,
like he has a real good style, real good progression. This is why, because he has a good mindset and he keep training with a good mentality.
What do you do for a living?
Calisthenics.
Calisthenics, simple.
I mean, I consider myself a teacher. Like I have a degree, like a license to teach people calisthenics and bodyweight exercises.
Yeah.
So I consider myself a teacher, but I can consider myself also some type of an influencer, fitness influencer. I consider myself most of the part as a teacher, as a calisthenics teacher.
So the living you do is from both your programs, YouTube, and sponsorships.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, a little bit of everything.
People don't think in calisthenics that it's possible to live out of calisthenics.
I mean, it's possible, but it's very hard. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
You have to work hard and to be a little bit lucky.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I consider myself lucky, but I also worked hard for this. But if you use the right mindset, as I said before, for the other question, I think everything is possible. Like, you can really do everything you want. Like, you just need to sit down and think about how you can handle the work, how you can make money from some type of thing. You know? Like the easiest way is to become a trainer. This is the easiest way. Maybe not the best way to make money, but it's still a way to make some.
Yeah. And do you work alone? Like, do you do everything by yourself, or do you have a team that helps you now?
I mean, like I do 90% of the thing by myself.
Yeah.
But my brother helps me with the recording stuff, with the photo shooting. with a little bit of editing. Like I don't edit my photos, he does. Yeah, at the moment we are like me and him, but I have already other people that will come help me probably in 2021, like a real team, because I can't handle it anymore by myself. It's like too many messages, too many emails, too many stuffs, you know. So or I have to train, I have to record stuff, I have to edit stuff, I have to send email, I have to read emails, I have to build workout programs.
You need
I
to
have
sleep.
to stay in shape, I need to sleep, I need to eat properly.
Yeah.
Like I have many things to do, like are really easy, but when you put all together, it's like many stuff.
Yeah, and time just flies by.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand, like, you're becoming to the next level, and having a team, I think, is the best way when you are on your level, because everyone who has come to your level has a team.
Right now, I'm not like on a very high level. I don't consider myself like a very followed athlete, not yet. Like, I mean, there is stupid people on YouTube like doing stupid stuff and having millions of followers. I just have a couple of hundreds, like
just a couple.
You know? So at the moment, I still want to grow a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like very hard to handle it. So I have already a team that will come to help me very soon.
That's awesome. Awesome to hear. I see you as a successful business person as well, not just an athlete, like I told you. So what is your tip to be able to live from what you love?
Yeah, like I said, I think that the best thing is to think. First of all, like take 1 day, 2 days, 3 days off and just think. Just sit on your dark room and think about all the ways you can monetize. Like you can become a trainer, you can try become maybe a YouTuber, even if it is very hard and it needs a lot of time to do this. Or you can maybe find some sponsorship, but to do this you need to have a good following. To have a good following, it means you are already a YouTuber. There are many ways you can monetize a little bit. The best thing, like in this type of training, is to become a trainer. If you talk about anything else, like every other type of hobbies and etc., I think it's like the same. Just sit on the room and think for a few hours on what you can create.
Because I get a lot of questions as well, like, hey, my dream is to live out of calisthenics, to be a calisthenic athlete. And I think people have got it the wrong way. They think, oh, if I'm good, people would pay me.
No, I don't think it's like this. I mean, if you are very, very good, maybe you can find a few people. But first of all, you have to work on yourself, on your image, on your degrees, you know. So when you worked hard and you have studied, maybe you can make it a job. Like you can start to make a living. It's not easy. It's not easy.
Never easy. People think it's super easy. You just, yes, I just post a little bit and then it's all done.
Yeah. No, it's not like this, especially on social, because social are like very, very bad. Like they have some bad algorithm. If you don't post that some kind of stuff that it can be interested by people, you keep going down. Like people don't care, and you stop make a living with it. Especially because you don't know if maybe they create a new type of social. Maybe in 1 or 2 years they create a new social and all the people start on the new social and you are no one.
Yeah, true. For the next question, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
I like to think myself on a sunny island or maybe here in Rome, but resting, like that's it. Like, yeah, probably maybe open a business or maybe a gym and go enjoy my life and maybe have other people who works for me, like will work for me. I hope so.
I hope.
I don't know if it's possible, but I think like I'm on the right way. Like give me a few years, and if I can keep working like this, I have good probability.
Yeah.
In 10 years, nobody will heard my name. Nobody. I will be by myself with my family on
an island.
on my island.
All right, that's nice to hear. 3 athletes that inspire you today.
Every type of athletes, like different kind of sports, because I am motivated by different type of sports. Like the majority is like MMA, kickboxing, and box. If I have to say 3 names, they come from this type of sport. Yeah, the first one is like Floyd Mayweather. It's like,
oh yeah, nice. Money maker.
Like if someone had to say me, you will meet Floyd Mayweather, I will be like first fan. Like I will be like very, very happy.
Yeah.
For me, it's like an idol, because it's not only from the business side, but from the achievements, like unbeaten, like 50-0, like made a lot of money. He can do whatever he wants. Like he don't have like brain damages, and in the boxing sport is like very usual. He can enjoy his life. He did everything he was able to. Like I think he trained like 4 times per day in a smart way, of course, but for 20 years, like it's crazy. If you think this is the number one. The second one, maybe you know him, is Giorgio Petrosian.
Giorgio, I recognize it.
He is like the very, very best kickboxer of all time. Like the very best, in my opinion, because like he did like more than 100 matches.
Oh shit.
And he lost just a couple, but like one of these 2 matches he lost, he was like poisoned from the other team. It's like crazy. He lost only 1 time, if you think about this, because the other time was poisoned. It's crazy. Like, he more than 100 battles, just
professionals.
1 or 2 professional. Yeah.
Wow.
Like you have to watch his highlights. Like it's crazy. It's like a real war machine. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And he has a lot of dedication, because he trained maybe twice a day, and every day. Like on Sunday he goes to run, or used to go to run on Sundays too. He trained like every day, like 7 out of 7 for more than 20 years, 25 years, and he's still at the top. Like, last year he won a championship, like a world championship, and he has won like more than 5 world championships in all his tournaments. Like,
wow,
it's crazy. And the third one is John Jones.
John Jones
from MMA. Yeah. Man,
I like John St. Pierre.
John St. Pierre too. I like it too. But John Jones is like more a savage, or at least a few years ago, it was like a real savage, like mauling people. When he submitted that Lyoto Machida, it was crazy. Like And when I see these 3 type of athletes, I like to think myself as this type of athlete in my type of sport. Like they are all almost unbeaten. They've been at the top for many decades, like for 20 years or even more. Yeah, I found the inspiration from these 3 athletes. I know maybe a lot of people will not recognize these athletes, but
I think that many people watch MMA and watch boxing and everything. I think these names are big. I just couldn't know the second name, but I will check him out. But if you had to choose 3 athletes in calisthenics that inspire you.
Me, myself, and I.
Me, myself, and I.
I'm joking. I don't know, because I mean, as I said before, I don't see the most of the athletes like real professional athletes. Like they train, but not in a professional way. I can say by myself that I've seen a few Italian athletes that works in a professional way, like Vicky Santoro, Lorenzo Surpoli. So I will say these type of athletes, if I have to name a couple, but I don't usually follow or find inspiration from other type of calisthenics athletes.
That's fine.
I mean, I have a lot of respect for everyone, but at the same time, I don't find like the right mindset. So I don't think you need to keep admiring maybe someone else. You can watch yourself in the mirror, you can admire yourself, and you will make way more progress by doing just this. I think so. Like many people don't believe in their self. Like
that's true.
This
that's
is the
true.
worst thing. I mean, I don't consider myself like better than anyone, but I have to, I must to, because it's about mentality, and everyone should do the same. Like
believe in themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a question. I don't know if you read this a lot on the internet, and it's many people accuse you for taking steroids. So what do you think, why do you think they do it? Do you take that as a compliment or as hate? And how do you deal with it?
I don't take it as a compliment. I could, but maybe just because they watch some of my photos on Instagram and they think about I can help myself with some external type of drugs or whatever they are. I mean, I hate it because especially in Italy, people don't respect me. Like there is a lot of athletes that talk about this type of stuff and people think it's true. Like people think I say this, but that's not true because I don't use anything. Like I am as 100% natural as I was born, you know. And also I can't find a reason why should I have to take this. Like maybe I can help the body, but why should I? Like, I mean, I'm already in a good shape, and when people meet me in real life, 99% of people think I'm natural because they only consider the photos on Instagrams. Like you can't be sure, you know. Like you see the photos, oh, he has too many veins, he has a too big biceps, like too bigger, so he can't be natural or something like this.
And most people don't even know what steroids are.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know. Like there are many types, you know. No, so you also need to study. You need to study and to understand what you should take to help. And probably it costs a lot of money too.
Have anybody confronted you and said, "Hey, you're not natural"? In face to face?
No, because if they do this and they don't understand what I say, I can kick his ass. Really, like literally, my man. I'm waiting for the day.
There's so much rumors. People are so free to say what they want on the internet, and they think they can just get away. Oh, and I had like one guy yesterday. He's like, yeah, I know him personally. I know he has taken 2 times in his life. I'm like, okay, who are you? What? Like, why do you write this? Do you even know him?
They all think like this because now they see myself, like they see me like a fitness model, but I'm not a fitness model. I'm an athlete. It's different. So most of the fitness model on social are taking something probably. I can't be sure, but I think there are many of them. So people automatically now think about this type of thing because, oh, if there are so many fitness models that use some type of drugs or doping, why he shouldn't? But I'm not a fitness model. Like I'm now can consider myself a little bit of fitness model because I have a good body. But I'm an athlete, first of all. I consider myself an athlete. Like I'm not a bodybuilder.
And you have got good genetics and built like good body. Now you can focus more on your body than you could before. Before it was a lot more performance, I can guess. Yeah. And now you can focus more on health, building the body in a different way.
Yeah, I try to do a little bit of everything. Like not only the skills, also to stay in a good shape, in a body shape. Because also when you see someone with a good body, you can find some inspiration, you know. I mean, if you watch someone doing 30 seconds of planche, but he is skinny as hell, like 40 kilograms, I wouldn't be so impressed. I mean, I'm not heavy at all, but in relationship of my height, I'm pretty heavy, like heavier than people who is even taller than me. I think this is like a good ratio from strength, resistance, good body, a little bit of everything. Like, you know, I want to do everything.
So, but now we know if somebody confronts you and can't speak properly, you will get them.
I mean, I always try to talk a little bit to explain myself, but if someone comes at me with the arrogance of what they usually say on my social or on other videos, I mean, I really can lose my mind. I really can't.
Yeah.
I really can't.
Yeah, because I interviewed Stipke like 1 month ago or something, and he also gets a lot of comments where, oh, you take steroids, he's like, it's pictures. In pictures, I take my picture when I have fully pumped mid-workout.
I do the same.
To look good. Yeah, to look good. And then they are like, oh, you're always like that. It's like,
yeah, people think the same to my Instagram pictures. They see the pictures and they think the same. Probably because they don't have the hard work and discipline of others.
Yeah. So during your competitions, when the competitions I have seen also, you did not do a lot of dynamic skill. Why is that?
Because I never trained a lot of dynamics. Like I tried a little bit for a few weeks, but as I told you before, we don't have good parks. We don't have we don't even have a reason to train dynamics, because in Italy nobody do the dynamics. I can go to any national competition in Italy and win just by doing static. Also because statics are way harder than dynamics, especially when you see a 360 or a planche. Of course, people will come and commenting under this video saying you have to compare the planche to a 720 or something like this. Of course, but when you see the competitions, usually people just do 360, double 360s. There are very few athletes that are able to do 720 or something similar, like very hard dynamics. If you are not able to do very hard dynamics movements with a good flow, why you should do it? Like I have a lot of people commenting under my competitions, because I sometimes watch the YouTube videos, like the old videos when I used to compete, and people are like, oh, he's not complete, he don't do dynamics, or maybe he was trying to do a 360 and he failed. No, I wasn't even trying. I was just switching the side from the bar to another. If you watch the Street Workout Ultimate Battles 2nd edition on my YouTube, one of the very first skill was like a roll over the bar, then switch and change the grip to 180. And people thought that I was going to do a 360. No, I was doing a 180 to a planche. I was doing a 180 to a planche, because when you do a competition, you should always watch the people. Like, it's not nice to do a planche with your feet over the competition. Like the public is like, why should I see his feet? I want to see his face. Like, this is why I switched. Like, and was a little bit of show, like to connect a little bit with something very basic, just to not do always the same thing. Like in Italy, they do planche front lever, back lever. But if you do just even easy things, like maybe just a roll, or
just
maybe
to combine,
a little bit like when I used to do the muscle up, like
I like that one.
From under the bar with a V-sit form to a V-sit. It's like, it's not a dynamic, but it's a dynamic way to go in a static position. It's something like not many people do.
I only seen you do that and Daniel License. actually, to a
Probably,
proper
yeah.
VC?
It needs a lot of flexibility and a good momentum. Like when I used to do, probably I was the first one in the world doing the roll to planche in 2017. It's like easy, but at the same thing, like not many people was used to do this type of stuff. And there is also the I don't know how to call it. You know, when you go over the bar and then let yourself going down and grip yourself with your knees, going down and switch to a front lever. Yeah, you know this move. And also I think I was the first one doing this to a one-arm front lever, like a very bad form one-arm front lever, but I was also the first one probably. You know, it's like basic stuff, but in a new way, like in a new type of way.
And you did one-arm front lever with both hands, right?
Yeah, probably it was in 2017.
Yeah.
And that was where I came from my wrist injury. Like I didn't even know I was able to do a bad form of one-arm front lever with both arms. Trust me, I was in the competition and I had the feeling like I want to do this, and I tried, but I didn't even know I was able to do it.
Wow.
When people see the one-arm front lever in 2017 with a bad form, and also probably in 2018, and they judge me because it's a bad form, he doesn't have a good front lever. Man, I never trained this. Like I probably trained a lot of one-arm pull-ups, front lever pull-ups, and something similar. And at the moment of the competition, I felt a little bit of power. I was thinking about, I want to do this, and I don't know why I did it. This is why, of course, these are not good form, but I did it anyway.
Wow,
for me,
cool.
it was like crazy. I have to do like a video on my YouTube channel explaining this type of stuff, because people don't know many things of this.
Because I do on my YouTube, I don't know if you have seen some, but I do a series called Let Me Judge, where I comment on competitions.
Okay.
And I remember this competition when you did both arms with one arm. Was not the clean one arm, but still, I think I said even that, I'm like, this is crazy. He's doing on both arms. Usually people only do on one arm.
Probably at the moment, like in 2017, nobody was able to do with both arms. Even if with a bad form, but probably nobody. At the moment, I was shocked myself too, because in January, in like December and January, I broke my wrist. Like February, I've done dumbbells exercises to strengthening myself. Then I have done like March of skills, a little bit of skill progression to keep my body adapt. And in April, I was out of town with my team doing Italians Got Talent. And then I went straight to the competition in May in 2017. And I said to myself, I want to push myself. I want to try myself in this competition. And at the moment of competition, I decided to try maybe both arms. And I didn't even train this type of stuff. And this is when I understood that a lot of strengthening exercises can help the body to do this type of stuff too. Like I never touched a weight in my life until after my injury of my wrist. Never. Just like after 1 month of this type of training, I was like way bigger. And I was, wow, that's like strange. And was able to do more than 100 of dips. And I never trained this type of high level endurance. I used to do like handstand push-ups, planche push-ups, this type of stuff, but never more than 100 dips. And just by doing like bench, a little bit of bench, like a little bit of flies, bicep curls, this type of stuff, probably helped me to activate the muscles in a different way. Like I wasn't used to this type of stress. I don't know how to explain it in English, but it's a mix of things. Like I've done 3-4 years of calisthenics, then 1 month of strengthening after the injury, and I found myself like in a good way, like in a very good position of strength, but not the best form. So the competition, the skill of the competition weren't like very good. The strength was amazing. Like I felt very, very strong like at the moment.
Man, like after hearing this, and now when I think about the competition, it's like I have even more respect that you even competed, because most people would not compete with having a wrist injury and then
I was broke, literally broke.
Yeah, and then coming back, throwing that one arm, the other one arm, and all the competition.
Yeah,
is just crazy.
Probably because I didn't care about winning at the time. I was there just to confront myself with other people, like to compare myself to a lot of good athletes like Vicky Santoro, Victor, Daniels. And I was happy just to stay there and having fun in Spain, watching the city, this type of stuff. And I just went all in.
Literally all in.
Because I didn't care about anything, like just want to try myself in a competition way, like different way of competition.
How long did it take for you to reach the full planche?
A lot of people ask me this. I don't know exactly, but probably after about 10 months of bodyweight training, I was able to hold the first 3 seconds of full planche probably. But my focus wasn't on the planche. The first months I was doing only basics. I didn't even know about the skills. I didn't know about the planche. I didn't know what it was, what the planche was.
So you just did basics first,
pull-ups,
later on.
Pull-ups, muscle-ups, chin-ups, and chin-ups with one arm on the forearm, assisted dips, squat, air squats, lunges, leg raises, this type of really basic stuff. And then I found myself able to hold a free handstand without even training. Like I was like working with my hands, a little bit of banana form, but I was already able to do the handstand, and I was, wow, that's fun, And then I started to trying some handstand push-ups on the wall, to strengthening the shoulders. Like I was feeling a good pump, good energy. And then I don't know, I probably saw on YouTube someone doing gymnastic, like the planche, something like this. And I went into my room and tried a planche by jumping a little bit. And the first time I was like, whoa, this is difficult. How can they hold this position without the feet on the ground? And then I started trying with the feet over a chair, like a planche lean, Started to train in a smarter way, and that's it. So after 10 months, I was able to lift my feet off the ground. But it was probably 3 or 4 months of specific training, probably. I don't know exactly, but probably less than 6 months of specific.
But now people know. Now people know the questions for So if somebody want to become as strong as you, what should they focus on during their training when they are starting, and how should they how should they think the first year maybe?
First year, almost only basics. Like they should start with push-ups, decline push-ups, assisted dips, handstand on the wall, L-sit, and maybe try some pull-ups, chin-ups, and maybe some muscle-ups, and a lot of strengthening exercises and a lot of circuits, like mixed stuff. Like you should add a lot of exercises in one set. Maybe right after the pull-ups, you can go to Australian pull-ups, and you keep doing a lot of reps of Australian pull-ups, a lot of this stuff. And then after 2, 3, 4 months, you can start training the isometric positions, the first stack front levers, stack back levers, these type of skills. So the first year is about doing a lot of volume, like many repetitions, a lot of holds, this type of training. And then after 1 year, if you think you are a little bit conditioned, like you are ready to try new stuff, with straight arms, you have a good flexibility, a good mobility, because you have to work on these too. You can move on into the next step, but it's always in a safe way.
Yeah, so basically start with a lot of volume in the first beginning and basics, of course. And maybe after 1 year, you start with specific training.
Yeah, I have one of my students, like he trained by he himself, without a trainer, just doing pull-ups, dips, and this type of stuff for probably 1 or 2 years, just like to have fun. He came into my gym when I used to train calisthenics classes, and I teach him the planche and the full Maltese in less than 9 months. Man, he now, like 1 month ago, we were training together. He was able to do like 7 or 8 seconds of full Maltese on the parallettes, and he was like the 12th months of training.
Wow.
Just 1 year, but it was like very good. Old, like more than 6 or 7 seconds, probably like 7, 8 seconds. It was full, like.
And here people say like, yeah, it's only 1 year, but no, it's 3 years. So 2 years of basics.
He probably was able to learn even faster, but I kept saying him to stay safe and to don't risk injuries, just to condition the body week after week, you know. Probably if he came to me like without never training, like never pull-ups and something like this, probably he was still able to land a full Maltese in 1 year and a half, you know. When you have the right type of routine and the right mindset, when you are constant, when you can train like at least 3 times per week, you can do good stuff, like good skills in a very short time, like less than 2 years for sure.
Now, do you take any supplements?
Of course I do. I started after my wrist injury in 2017. Like when I was training with dumbbells, I started with whey proteins and a muscle gainer. There was like a formula with a lot of carbs, a lot of proteins, and a multivitamins. And now I have like a sponsor that sponsors me. So I do take like many things like multivitamins, whey proteins, like a pre-workout formula when I want to smash a very long workout, like more than 2 or 3 hours, and a post-workout formula, like amino acids with other stuff, magnesium, potassium, like all the type of vitamins, like I said. Sometimes the glucosamine. Yeah, I also sponsor this type of stuff. Like, you know, when people watch the stories, I don't only show them the publicity or the advertisement. I do. I do use it.
And is it Proxys? The sponsor? Which is
no. Right now it's Foodspring. Like
Foodspring.
I started with Foodspring in 2017. I used their supplements for 1 year and a half. Then I decided to move to the other brand, because they decided to help me with a lot of photos and video stuff and other thing. Also because they had like very good clothes and this type of stuff that I needed. Now from September, like 2020, I came back to Foodspring because I decided to focus myself only on supplements, because they are like, I prefer the quality. At the moment, I don't really need like other type of products like clothing and accessories, Fitbits and other stuff. So right now, just supplements.
And I think Gagi is also sponsored by them, right?
Yeah, because like Foodspring was like unknown in Italy like 3 years ago. Then I started to sponsor them, and they became like very famous. And now like they have understood like they can keep growing as a brand with different type of athletes. So they are helping all the athletes like Gianpaolo and the other ones, like all the most famous calisthenics athletes in Italy. It's a win-win, because athletes can recover in a faster way. They can improve their body in a faster way. They can keep staying in shape without spending money, and they get the publicity.
So you seem to be shredded all year long when I look at your videos and photos. What is your tips to be shredded like you?
It's not like really shredded. It's more about lean, to stay lean. When I post on Instagram, sometimes some photos are from 2 or 3 months before, because like I have a lot of photos that I still have to post, but I keep on my phone, because if I hope not an injury comes and I come training, I can still post a little bit, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 photos, and just to stay active on my social, because it's important for me to stay active a little bit. I mean, I stay lean. It's not shredded. When I know that I have to do like some photo shooting, I just need maybe 3 or 4 days of street diet, like just rice, a little bit of clean proteins. After the training, I look like shredded. But of course, I need also the right light.
Yeah, right light and good everything. So yeah, I understand you. If I ask you like this, how does Andrea Larosa eat in a day?
I will do a full day of eating probably on my YouTube. I will record more stuff of this thing in a quick way. I can say that I wake up, I do breakfast, like oats, cereals, and whey proteins, like everything mixed together. Then I usually do maybe some type of stretching or light trainings. Then I do the lunch. And when I lunch, I do usually eat rice or pasta, because pasta it has like very good carbs. And also because I'm Italian.
Of course.
After a couple of hours, after a couple of hours, I go to training, like the hard session. I do training hard. After the workout, I do take a post-workout, maybe a banana or something like carbohydrate, like it has carbohydrates, like some bread. And then after another couple of hours, I do dinner. And when I do dinner, I usually eat very, very, very clean food, like tomatoes, like maize. I don't know in English if it's called like this. Bread, a lot of bread, but not many things. But you will see in a video, I will record it.
If people wants to have more details, they can go to Andrea Larosa's YouTube, and when you post it.
Yeah, probably, December, I will post in December. I still have to record it, but I was already thinking about doing something similar.
But I think it's like people want to know the life of the aliens, the beasts in calisthenics. So a question here, how long can you hold the planche?
At the moment, I don't know, probably not much, because I'm not training.
What is not much?
It depends if I'm in shape or not in good shape.
Okay.
If I'm not in shape, like 0. Like if I'm in good shape, like 20 seconds. But probably 2 or 3 years ago was about 30.
That's sick. How often do you train per week?
At the moment, 5 or 6 times per week. Like right now that the gyms are closed, I'm not training so much because I don't have motivation. I also want to rest a little bit. So I'm training like 3 times per week. And also it's a good moment for me to recover because I am way tired, like too much tired. But when the gym will open again, I will keep training at least 5-6 days per week.
A question here is, what was the first skill you learned?
If you consider the muscle up a skill, probably the muscle up or the V-sit, like probably that was the easiest, or the handstand, the free handstand, if you consider a skill.
And you're one of the few who has been doing manna. How does it come that you learned the manna? How did you like think of, oh yeah, I'm gonna learn that skill?
If you have a good flexibility and you have a good V-sit, like at least 25 or 30 seconds of like very close V-sit, you can start training the manna. It's like not so difficult. I mean, it's difficult to learn it, but if you have a good flexibility and you train with the right exercises, like the mobility exercises for your shoulders and the strengthening exercises, you can learn it in a fast way. Like probably I will do tutorial 2 on my YouTube, but not right now, probably in 2021. Yeah, they will be able to watch a few exercises that will help them to achieve it.
Because many people, even I am impressed about your manna, because you don't see that in many calisthenic competitions.
The first thing I want is to be a complete athlete. Like I want to do a little bit of everything. I'm not focused on the manna, but I can still perform it a little bit. When you have the right flexibility and the right strength, it will come. It's like a L-sit, but in a way different position and with a different mobility. Like you need a very, very, very good mobility.
What are your goals right now in your training?
I mean, I would like to work a little bit on my skills again, because I think that people think that I'm not strong like before. But at the same time, I don't want to injure myself. And also because most of the people who wants to follow me on my social, they give me positive feedbacks when I post photos or fitness stuff like body weight exercises. Like if I post a routine for 1 hour pull-ups, you know, like I did a few days ago, maybe I get 60K of likes and maybe 1,000 or 2,000 of new followers. And it's easy for me. It's just a routine that can help people to work on their pull-ups or their 1 hour pull-ups or whatever. But if I do my skills, like very hard skills, and people do not appreciate it because I get way less engagement, like 30, 40Ks of like.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even need to risk an injury just to trying to keep my social active, you know? So if I have like to consider my goals, it would be to train again a little bit of skills. But if I have to consider my social media stuff and my business stuff, all these type of things, I would like to improve like the fitness side of calisthenics, or to teach people how to learn a skill, you know, because I get more engagement, I get more likes, I get more followers, and then I can train more people. If I can train more people, I can make a little bit of more money.
That's smart. That's good. Because many don't understand that more people are willing to learn than watch. It's the difference. Because tutorials are going really well on my channel as well. Maybe not in the start, but in the long run, people will search for it all the time.
Yeah, when they need maybe to learn something new, the first thing is to go on YouTube, you know. So if you do this on YouTube or even on Instagram, someone will watch the profile, will start following you, will start to admire you,
engage. Yeah.
So you can get people, and you get more followers. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, exactly. So a question I forgot to ask you before was, who was your hardest battle?
Probably the one with Victor in
Victor Kamenov?
Yeah, 2017 probably. I don't remember the probably 2017.
Yeah, that was legendary. And that was I remember watching that. I watched it maybe 10 times now. And even when I did the YouTube video on it, it was amazing to watch. The strength of both of you.
Yeah.
And the endurance. It's like, where is the energy coming from?
I think that these type of battles are the battles that can help growing the competition side of this training. People see like two beasts go against each other. It's like a box. It's like a kickboxing match, you know? And this is why I like this type of 1 versus 1, because it's funny to watch.
Yeah. And instead of having one routine and you see one doing 2 minutes, because that, I think Victor said that was also the hardest battle for him, and it was made to history, really, in the calisthenic community, made to history.
Yeah, it was fun.
Do you ever feel unmotivated? And if you do, how do you deal with it?
Almost every day. Yeah, especially in the last months when I was busy with my work, with my business and everything. Like everything becomes hard, you know, to handle everything. So sometimes you just want to enjoy 1 hour, 2 hours of free time, but you should train, you know, and you prefer maybe to rest a little bit. The easiest thing is just to dress up and go anyway. I know I don't want to do this, but at the moment I think I must be already picking up my gym clothes and already going in the gym, because once it starts, even if it's not the best workout you will have, you will still put some type of work, no mental work.
Yeah, it's just more like a discipline.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's about the mindset. I think the mindset will change an athlete in a few years. Like a bad athlete can become a very, very good athlete if he change his mind.
I think everybody feels unmotivated at some times in life and
of course.
Days, and I think we need to normalize it and not be like, oh, when you feel unmotivated you should just sit down. No, rather do what you've planned and get it started.
Of course. I mean, if you are going crazy with your mind, probably you need a little bit of rest, but 99% of the time you can still handle a good training session, even if you are very tired or you're very tired mentally.
I have the last question for this interview, and I always end with this, and that is your favorite quote.
I don't have a favorite one, or at least not at the moment, but all my favorite ones are the ones I do put on my Instagram. Like when I post maybe a photos or a video and I copy and paste a quote, it's because I like it. So if people needs my quotes that I like, they can like watch them on my posts.
This interview has been really interesting. Even me, I've got a different perspective of who you are, because I don't like to listen to rumors or what internet says or how to only to see the videos, how like social media, because it's a different thing when you start talking with somebody.
Of course.
And I always have a free mind.
People think that I'm like very, very serious guy, especially because they watch the photos on my Instagram that I'm always like, you know,
yeah.
It's like different. Like this is just model, like photos, and then
exactly. And so even I have got now. I've seen and heard you and your story, how you started and everything, and it's interesting. I never thought that you would be a MMA guy, that you love the sport, those kind of sports.
Man, I'm a very hungry people. I'm a very hungry guy. I'm joking.
So, but this has been really an interesting interview, and I hope for those who are watching as well, they've enjoyed it. I think we're spoken now for 1.5 hours around that. And the time flies by like this.
I know.
So I've been having a lot of fun, and thank you for wanting to do this.
No problem, man.
And
I was like, I had like a couple of hours free, and I decided to pick it like at the moment.
Yeah. And I'm happy for that, because I know I've been trying to reach you for a couple of months, but then. Like through Instagram, email, and I know that you said that you have been busy, like you can't answer everything, and I understand you fully. So, but thank you again, and hopefully we will see each other one day, and I need to visit Italy when this whole year is over and the next year begins. And hopefully we can get a workout together or something.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you for being here, and I hope you guys enjoyed this interview as well. Yeah, man, really, thank you.
No problem, man. It was a pleasure.
I hope you enjoyed this interview with Andrea Larosa, and if you did, hit that like button, and also make sure to leave a comment down below what you thought about this interview and Andrea Larosa. If you want to watch previous interviews, go down below to the description. You'll find all the links to all the interviews. And also make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see upcoming interviews that I will do, and I will see you in the next video.